everybody, this is Erin from Erin Lee Creative for SimonsSaysStamp.com. Today I'm going to be creating a card using this awesome yoga girl from the workout stamp set and the matching die. I'm also going to be using 5 of the 12 new ink colors from the Colors of Fun release. These colors are so gorgeous and you'll see what I mean in a minute when I use them. I'm also going to be using 2 new dies, the Sketchy Star and the Birthday Circle die. I'm going to be using the Simon Says Stamp background stamp called Wide Stripes along with my Misty stamping tool. The Misty stamping tool is perfect for background stamps to get an even coverage. So to start my card, I'm going to be creating this panel with the background stamp stamped with the 5 different ink colors that I'll be using. I'm using a piece of scrap cardstock to create a mask so each stripe can be one of the 5 different colors. That way the ink colors won't get on the bottom stripes. The colors that I'm using here are Scuba, Blue Jay, Wisteria, Hollyhock, and Melon. So as soon as I get all of these stripes stamped, I'm going to close the cover of my Misty stamping tool and press down. As you'll see on top of the Scuba color, there's a piece that I did not get stamped down, so no problem, I just turn the cover over and get it back and restamp it, and it covers. Next I'm going to be doing some ink blending with the same 5 ink colors on a small piece of white cardstock. I'm going to be starting with the Melon color in the corner and start blending. I am nowhere near as awesome of a ink blender as Laura Basson, but I have been practicing, and it does take a lot of practice and a light hand, and it won't be perfect, and that's really hard for me. But this particular panel doesn't have to be perfect because I'm just using it to die cut a piece, and you won't see the whole panel. It's just to get an ombre look on the circle birthday die. So as you notice when I'm blending, I will put down a color, blend it in, and then I will go back with the last color that I used to blend it in with the previous color. Like I said, it does take some practice, but you can do it, I promise. This Scuba color is awesome. It's one of my favorite colors, and I love the Blue Jay too. It's so pretty. I needed a royal blue ink in my stash, and now I have it with this color. So now I'm going to be taking my Big Shot die cutting machine and just running that through with the Birthday Circle die. I'm going to be using that inner circle on the white side later. So I'm going to use my pokey tool to just poke out all those little tiny pieces and peel that out of the die. Now I'm going to be coloring my yoga girl, so I'm taking some Copic Express blending paper with my Memento Black Tuxedo ink. That's my favorite combination when I'm using Copics. So I'm going to ink her up with the Memento Black Tuxedo ink onto the cardstock. And I went ahead and die cut her first. I'm not really quite sure why I did that. It really doesn't matter. You can either die cut her first or you can color her and then die cut. So this yoga girl is super sassy to me. So I wanted her to be really fun, and I wanted her to match the rest of the card well. So I used my Hex Copic chart by Sandy Alnuck to match my Copics with the colors of the inks that I used from Simon Says Stamp. So I'm just using the basic skin tone colors that I always use, E51 and E11, to create some shadow and depth on her face, as well as R20 for her blush and some purple eyeshadow for fun. So I'm going back in with the E51 just to blend it all in and make it look even. And I thought she needed a little more purple eyeshadow, so I added some more. So I'm doing her hair pink, which is super unique but super fun. And like I said, she's so sassy, I thought she needed some colored hair. I wish I was brave enough to get colored hair. I would love to do my hair in like a teal, but I'm a chicken, so it stays black for now. But maybe someday I will get brave enough to color my hair teal. We'll see about that. So I'm taking these 3 colors of pink and starting with the lightest color, and I color all of the hair first, and then I go in with the medium shade and use that, and then I go in with my darkest on the very top of the hair and the bottom of the hair, and then I just go back and forth with all of the shades and blend it in. Next I'm going to use blues for that little piece of her tank top that you can see. It's not much, but I wanted to add a little bit of blue in there. Then I'm going to use her shirt, and I'm going to color her shirt with teals, BG10, BG11, and BG23. I'm not doing any super hard coloring. I'm just doing some basic shading and coloring to match the card base. I'm going to be doing her pants in purple. I'm using BV01 and BV02. The lightest shade first, the darkest to create some highlights, and then back in with the BV01 to blend. Real quick, I'm going to die cut this sketchy star and ink it up with the Blue Jay ink. So now I'm ready to put together my card, and I'm using Simon Says Stamp Pink cardstock as my card base. I'm going to take my wide stripe background panel and adhere that to the card base first. I'll then be taking that inner white cardstock circle and placing that onto the card base with adhesive. I'm going to be taking my Zig 2-way glue pen and putting glue down on that Happy Birthday circle die and placing that on to the card base. I have always used a Zig 2-way glue pen. I don't know why, I just have started with that, so I've kept with it, and I really enjoy using that for little intricate die cuts. So I play around a lot here with the star and the girl, trying to figure out how I want to place it. And once I figure that out, I'm going to adhere the star to the card base. And again, see right here, I'm still playing with it because I'm trying to figure out the best way that it looks. And anyway. So now I'm taking some craft foam and putting that on the girl because my card so far doesn't have any dimension yet, and I really wanted to make her stand out and pop up off the card. So I just straighten her up, and I am now done with the card. And I think it's super fun, and it's all matchy-matchy, and I hope you enjoy watching my video. Thanks for joining me here at SimonsSaysStamp.com.